We have been breaking into regular programming all morning long to bring you that latest news out of Oakland, where Mayor Sheng Thao's home was searched by FBI agents and other federal agents, and they left just about an hour ago carrying boxes from that home.
NBC Bay Area's Bob Redell was there, and he was also one of the first reporters on the scene. So, Bob, how are things now? Have things calmed down?
Well, I wouldn't know if you could say they've calmed down, but the FBI did leave about an hour ago from this address here where Mayor Sheng Thao lives in the foothills of Oakland. According to law enforcement sources, this is one of 4 locations that the FBI searched this morning. We did, of course, try to talk to one of the agents here on the scene. He referred us to their media relations person in San Francisco. Still waiting to hear back. But we do know that there were warrants, according to our NBC network, that were issued in relation to not only the agency, the FBI, but the IRS and Postal Service inspectors. As you can see right here, these are agents when they left the mayor's address here about an hour ago. We counted them taking out 2 plastic boxes that you latch, and then there were 4 cardboard boxes that they also took off with in 6 different vehicles. So there was quite a heavy presence here. We know they were here for at least a couple of hours, possibly several hours during the search that began sometime this morning again here at the mayor's home, one of 3 locations that the FBI searched this morning here in Oakland. Chris, Marcus.
All right. Thank you very much, Bob. Certainly the neighbors have to be wondering what's happening there as well. Our investigative unit reporter, Jackson Vanderbecken, joins us now on the phone. And Jackson, we understand that those FBI agents also searched several other properties, including another home. What can you tell us about that second home?
Well, that home is owned by a family member for Cal Waste Solutions, which is a recycling provider of the city of Oakland. So it's an interesting connection there, and we know that that family had been caught up in what was considered accusations of money laundering back several years ago, but we don't really know what happened with that. And so right now, it's still unclear whether that address, what role it might have had with that person who owns that house, may have had with the mayor. The accusations of campaign money laundering didn't seem to go very far back in 2019, 2020 when they were first lodged.
And do you know if there's any relationship between that person whose home was searched and Mayor Sheng Thao?
Well, family members and people who know each other. She had a representative. On the executive, she was the executive director of the Vietnamese Chamber of Commerce. She may have a relationship with the owner of that second house. So, and she also had served as a campaign consultant to the mayor. So there's definitely connections here between that house and the mayor through, this earlier scandal or whatever it was back in 2019, 2020. As I say, these accusations, it's unclear whether they ever went anywhere in the 4 years since.
Okay, I would believe that we'll be getting some answers about that at some point in the days to come, now that there seems to be, some sort of remote connection, at least because of the properties. So, Jackson Vanderbecken, we know you have deep sources. We know that you'll be asking questions. Thanks so much for joining us this midday.
Thank you.
And it's needless to say, these are really some tough times for Mayor Sheng Thao, who just yesterday faced recall election for the removal from office. Now, even before that, Mayor Thao faced ethics accusations that we just heard, members of the Oakland City Council, to which she was elected in 2018. But the fact that the FBI, the IRS, and the U.S. Postal Service are involved in this investigation means that this is a federal issue, according to our political analyst, Larry Gersten.
But once we understand the other federal agencies involved in this, at least it gives us a hint of the direction of where they're going. And for the moment, it would seem that if the IRS is there along with the FBI, they may be looking for check stubs, they may be looking for indications of a lot of money going to places where it normally might not go, these kinds of things. And of course, they'll match that up with with campaign expenditure reports. So there's a lot going on here, and just the fact that.
Yeah, we will continue to follow everything that's going on. Now, Mayor Thao took office in January of 2023. She joined the council in 2019. She was previously the chief of staff for Oakland Council member Rebecca Kaplan. In fact, she's been working at Oakland City Hall in some capacity since she graduated from UC Berkeley in 2012. Now, we will continue to follow both of these stories, both on air as well as online. You can also stream NBC Bay Area 24/7 on Roku, Pluto, and other streaming platforms. Also, right there on your screen, use that QR code or search NBC Bay Area to watch us whenever you want.